What's up, y'all? What's going on? I'm gonna just try and make sure that we are good to go over here. Hopefully we are. I think we're getting there. Let's see, I'm trying to wait for it to pull up, y'all. Okay, we are good to go. Y'all, so it is my last day here at the warehouse. This is the only live you're gonna see from me today. It is March 4th, so this is the only live you're gonna see from me today because Coach Jordan read his itinerary wrong. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of rummaged through some piles of ribbon that were here and some florals that were kind of over there on the side. But I still managed to pick up some stuff that I knew was in stock. Okay, so these came from the at-home store. They're a really pretty filler flower. So I picked those out of his stash. But some of the greenery I'm using is 43302. And I found two of each bunch. I might not use all two of each bunch, but we'll see. I am gonna make an oval grapevine in pinks and yellows. The other day I was talking about how yellow is a really pretty color. It kind of goes with everything. Kind of goes with reds, oranges, purples, pinks, blues, even greens. Of course, there's green already on it, but if you brought in that lime green, it would go with it. So, yeah, I just picked out some stuff that we had laying around here. Some of my favorite greeneries, of course, PF1732. Like I said, I picked two of those because they were on the chair over there. 43156. There's only one. 43203. There's only one as well. But y'all, one of my favorites. I keep saying this. This is one of my favorites. 62692. This really fills up a wreath really, really pretty. Okay. And then I just picked some pink and yellow ribbons from the pile. So yes, y'all. So if y'all didn't know, it is March 4th, 2022. And I've been here all week. I actually read my itinerary wrong. I was reading my flight schedule for another flight that I have in April. So I'm supposed to leave today at 2:50. I didn't know that until I looked at my schedule. I was like, oh, ew, ah. Okay. Okay, so like I've said before, y'all, I can see the comments. I'm just not sure how their comment section works. If you can see in the replay, a lot of our videos, most of them are replays, so I don't want to confuse a lot of people when I have certain comments. I know on other platforms it's okay because you can see the comments rolling in, but I still quite haven't figured out how YouTube's comments work. But y'all, I'm not ignoring you. I want to say that beforehand because I know some people feel sometimes that we're ignoring them, and I'm not. I just don't know how their comment section works. So we are gonna make a half bow. We're gonna do 7 inches, and then we're gonna measure out an 8-inch loop, pinch and twist, and then we're gonna measure out another 8-inch loop. So the half bow is normally just what I said, a half bow, but I'm going to go ahead and just make a double loop of this yellow gingham ribbon. I really like this ribbon. Y'all, look how it curls. The wire in that ribbon is really, really great. So you can use this not only just in wreaths, but if you're a florist and you need a really good gift basket ribbon, y'all, look how cute that looks. Just like that, just curled up, just like that. The wire is really great. This one does come in an assortment of colors. 47101-03-22. And all of this stuff was found at DecoExchange, except for this. This one did come from the at-home store. So we're making a 7-inch tail. And then go ahead and we're gonna start going up in size of our loops. We're gonna go on a 9-inch loop. Okay, pinch and twist. And then we'll make a 12-inch tail. Set that off to the side. I'm going to make a 12-inch tail. Oh, thanks, y'all. Someone said that they have enjoyed and been inspired by our designs. Awesome. So another 9-inch loop, pinch and twist, and about 7-inch tail. Drop my scissors. Bring in this plaid ribbon. 12-inch tail. And then we're gonna start going up in size. So we're gonna go to 10 inches. Pinch and twist. So when I say 10 inches, that's how long I'm measuring my ribbon. That's the length of the ribbon. So it's really not a full 10-inch bow. It's really like a 5-inch loop. Because if your loop was 10 inches, it'd be way out here. So you want to make sure that when I say the 10 inches, that's the length of ribbon that I need to make that loop. Okay. Making a tail. Another 10 inches. Pinch and twist. Okay, so let me get a zip tie real quick. And we're gonna zip tie all of those together. So that's what our bow should look like so far. Let me zoom in on that, y'all, so y'all can see that. But that's what our bow should look like. Yo, look how cute that curl just looks right there in that. Getting my zip tie. Y'all know I'm a zip tie person. I love my zip ties. And then I'm just running that pipe cleaner through that zip tie before I cinch it all the way shut. Oops, y'all, I'm gonna have to redo that again. No, it's okay. We'll just leave that. We'll just make that part of our half bow. Okay. Wire cutters. So someone did ask, this is a comment that we always get all the time. How do you choose your ribbons? Y'all, normally I either go with a color story, or it might be like a sign. If I have a sign that has pinks and yellows, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use pinks and yellows. Really start off with your focal point. So for instance, like this lamb that Derica teaches in our creative coaching group, it's a nice neutral lamb. But y'all, for me, if you wanted to, you could do pink because it has a little bow tie of pink, or you could also do purple for Easter. Really about any color will go with this because it's a nice neutral color. But that's normally how I choose my ribbons. And maybe if I don't have a sign or anything, y'all, look at this ribbon right here. This is a really pretty 4-inch B ribbon. So if this is the ribbon that I have and this is the one I want to use, well, okay, I have let's see, some yellow and white gingham. I have some black and white gingham if I wanted to. I also have this really pretty yellow and white daisy ribbon. I could use that. Even this daisy ribbon right here. Okay. Let's see. And maybe if I wanted a solid yellow and some more yellow, I could definitely bring in this solid yellow as well. This black and white gingham. Y'all, so really, all of these would look really good for a bee wreath. It doesn't matter which ones you choose. Even though this one is a 4-inch, y'all, it still has polka dots. It's got the honeycomb. It's got the bees. So I've covered some gingham, some plaid, some solid yellow, some yellow with daisies and bees, and then just some daisy ribbon. So those would still make a really pretty bow for your wreath. Okay. Now, let's say I didn't have this, but I had this color, this blue one. Well, okay, so blue. We're gonna pick up the yellow from the bees. We'll use this bee one again. And let's throw in some blue 5/8 inch gingham. Let's see, where did I put that solid color blue at? This one's a little bit darker, but if I wanted to, I could find a nice royal blue to go with it. So, y'all, really, it really depends on your ribbon, your sign, whatever it may be. There's a sign over there that says "Have little faith." I used it earlier this week, and it's got a bunch of different colors in it. So what I did was I opted for a solid. I opted for just a solid burlap bow. That's all I did. Just because I knew all the colors in that sign. There was already a lot of colors. There was pinks and purples and oranges and yellows and greens. There was a lot of colors in that sign. So I figured I'm going to just use burlap. Okay. So y'all, we are working on a 14-inch oval grapevine. And I'm gonna come off to the right hand side again. The left hand side, that's really kind of my go-to side sometimes on oval grapevines. I do like the left hand side, but I also really, I like the right hand side more. But let me say that again. I like the right hand side for bows more when it comes to deco mesh wreath. And then I like the left-hand side of an oval grapevine or round grapevine when it comes to a grapevine wreath. That was a tongue twister, y'all. I was like, ooh, can't say that. Okay. So y'all, the half bows, I've done them before here, but I also always like to tell y'all, those half bows are really, really great because it allows you to use less ribbon, one, and then number two, you can also bring in some of those higher end ribbons, those designer ribbons, which y'all know I love my designer ribbons, but it allows me to bring them in and not use as much. Okay, so I'm still able to bring those colors in, but I'm not using as much of that product. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Y'all, a really pretty bow. I also kept in mind like the size of my wreath. I didn't want it overpowering. I love to see the grapevine. The grapevine is a natural element, so I really, really do love to see that grapevine. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with 62692. This does come from shoplikejordan.com. This one is a really great bush, a really great stem to have. It is new, and at this point in time, it is available in stock. Just keep in mind, if you're watching the replay, I did film this video on March 2022. Okay, so if you're catching the replay and it's not in stock, I'm sorry. Okay, so using our hot glue, hot glue, and I'm gonna come back behind that bow. On that one. And then I'm gonna come back behind our bow with this one. Okay. So we're gonna see how well this really build this design up just with those two stems. Y'all, look how full that wreath already looks just with those two stems in there. That's why I really love this stem. And this isn't I wouldn't say it's comparable to 60919. It has different greenery than 60919, but it's still also a great option to have. Okay. So all of the supplies did come from DecoExchange. I'm now using PF1732. Y'all, this greenery is one I always try to have in my stockpile. So I usually buy like 6 or 9 of these at a time, just because it's a really great greenery. And I believe it is somewhat of a boxwood, but this one is a really great greenery to always have in stock. Okay, so I'm coming in between those stems, and I'm kind of working in a triangle motion. We're gonna go 1, 2, and then 3. Normally that's kind of the rule of thumb. You work in 3s, and that's what I like to do. I like to work in 3s, even though we only used 2 of those first stems. I still do like to work in 3s. And this one I am going to need number 4 up here at the top. So now we're going to work in 3s again. So we're going to do our little triangle motion right here. 1, 2, and I like to just manipulate some of those greenery, just make them do what I want them to do, not what they want to do. And 3. Now it kind of still does look a little sparse, but y'all, that's okay, because I still have some greenery that I still want to add. Okay, so I'm not going to use these 2 greeneries. These 2 greeneries I really feel are going to overpower the majority of it, and I'm not going to use that second stem. But I still have this stem, and I still have this yellow stem. I definitely want to bring in some of this yellow, but I definitely want to bring in this pink. Okay, so now the yellow stem, the yellow bush, which is 43203, did come from DecoExchange, and then 43156, that one as well came from DecoExchange. Now the pink one I'm using did not come from DecoExchange. It did come from the at-home store. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just trim these all down. And I might not need both stems, but we're going to keep those on the table just in case. So I'm going to work with some of my longer stems first. And since this one is long, I want to use that to my advantage. I want that stem to come out towards the bottom of the wreath, just to draw in some length with that one floral stem. straggler ribbon over here that I'm just going to cut off. There we go. Okay, so once again, I have 3 stems here. This one is my longest one, so I'm going to use that to my advantage and add a little bit of height up at the top of that design. Okay, y'all, the at home does have some really pretty flowers. Now, I will tell you, if you are at the at home store, they do have a stem. I don't know the numbers of it, y'all. You'll have to go look, but they do have one that is somewhat comparable to the infamous 60919. No, excuse me, y'all. This one I did need to cut down. Okay, so if you're looking for one that kind of looks like 60919, I don't know the numbers like I've said, but there is one at the at-home store that is a comparable version of it. Y'all, I am using that greenery. Okay, so y'all, this is what we have so far. Just those little touches of pink, because our pink is really in our ribbons. But y'all, look at that half bow. That half bow, I love the use of the half bow because it makes it look like we used a really big full bow, and we didn't. Okay, so I am bringing in some more yellow. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to add this yellow in, and I think I might go in and add a little bit more of those pink flowers, just because the yellow is probably going to overpower those little pink flowers that I've added in. Okay. So working once again in our triangle motion, we've got 1, 2, and then 3. The great thing too about this greenery, and a lot of the greenery that DecoExchange does sell, is we call those pushables. A lot of them are what we call pushables. So pushables means stuff that you can adjust. So if you wanted it nice and airy like this, you can use it like that. Or if you want to push those pieces together and make it nice and tight and compact. So that's what's really great, is you can have it airy, or you can have nice and compact. Okay. And this is like a yellow tipped fern. I absolutely love this, and it's such a nice filler greenery. Okay, so once again, starting in our triangle motion. 1, 2, and then 3. And these have a little bit of length to them, so I am using that to my advantage. I am going to draw that down to the bottom of that grapevine. Okay, so it's all spread throughout. I have one more piece left, and I'm going to use this more towards the bow, the center of that bow. Which I love to do. I love to make sure that that greenery comes through that bow. Curl up those loops a little bit. Okay, so yeah, this is what we have so far. I'm definitely gonna bring in some more of those pink flowers just because I'm seeing it on the camera over here and you can really hardly see those. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut up another stem of these. Y'all, this stem was only $1.99. That's a good deal for a flower stem. Actually, I'll tell you, all the greenery I used that came from DecoExchange, all of those are super reasonably priced. Good Lord. Can't talk, y'all. Okay, so just mixing in some of these pink flowers towards the front of that greenery. That way it you can see a lot of this pink. Try to at least see a lot of this pink. But yeah, you can do this with so many different colors. Purple, blue, orange, yellow on yellow. I love that monochromatic design. Different shades of yellow all together. But really, like, the possibilities are kind of endless, y'all. Yellow is such a nice neutral color. It's kind of like white. White is such a nice neutral color. A lot of colors go with it. But yellow is just a little bit brighter, I feel. And gives it a different feel than a white flower would do. Okay, so y'all, I'm looking at it, and I don't know if I want to add this bush in. This is 43156. I'm gonna cut one stem off of it just to see how I'm gonna like it. You know what? I am gonna add it in. So that's 43156. Just adding that in a triangle motion. This fern right here is actually one of my favorites to have. Now, I know I'm probably saying a lot of my favorites, but I really do have a lot of favorites when it comes to flowers and greenery. That's one of my favorites. It used to just come in a solid dark green, but now they started doing like a variegated where it starts off dark on the inside and light on the outside. So I love this one. Okay, so this stem is my longer one. I'm going to use this smaller one first before I add that longer one in there. So once again, this is my longer stem and I'm using it to my advantage. And we're gonna draw that length at the top, some height about the top. Okay. So y'all, that's our wreath. Look how pretty that looks. Y'all, you know what I would do? If I had a sign that had a flamingo on it, I would totally add a flamingo sign to it for summer. Okay. So y'all, we started off with that 14-inch oval grapevine. Then we went and did our half bow. Then we added in our two stems of 62692, which is this filler stem. Then we went in and added our PF1732 to fill in. Then we added the first stem of the pink little flowers from the at-home store. And then we went and added the yellow tipped fern. And then when I did the yellow tipped fern, I was like, you know what, I need to add some more pink. So that's where I added some more pink into that design. And then we finished it off with 43156. Now, a majority of these florals and greenery can be found at DecoExchange.com, except for the pink floral stems. Those did come from the at-home store. Okay. Okay, so y'all, that is all I have today. Since I was here at the warehouse, next week I will be back at home, so we're gonna have a different view in next week, but I will be back at home. Okay, but y'all, look how cool that 5/8 inch ribbon curls. Look how cute that looks. It's a little curly cue. Okay, so y'all, once again, this is our wreath. Something really pretty. Didn't use a lot of supplies, but we packed a big punch, y'all. If you really think about it, we didn't use a lot of ribbon. We used one grapevine. We used one stem, one bush of the fern, one bush of the yellow fern, one bush of the mini boxwood, and then two stems of the 62692 and two of the pink stems. There's not a lot of product in this, but the way you arrange those florals will make it seem like there's a lot of product in there. Okay, so y'all, that's all I have. We're live on YouTube at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday through Friday, unless something happens. Luckily today I was able to do this one. And then we are live on YouTube Tuesday through Friday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, so you can find me there on those days at those times. Just make sure you signed up for your notifications. Okay, so y'all, that's all I have.